Hello there, my name is Ashley Dietrich. I am a Diamond Beachbody coach. I am the founder of Team Fit and Fearless, and I'm so happy that you're joining us tonight to learn more about this amazing opportunity. So, a little bit about my story. I'm 30 years old, soon to be 31, and I'm a wife. I have my husband and I have 3 kids, ages 4.5, 3, and a baby just turned 1. So we're busy with them. So a little bit about my background. When I graduated to high school, I always thought that I would go into the medical field. I was going to be a nurse. I was going to work with people and help people improve their health and help people in that way. That's something I've always been passionate about, is helping people feel good. And so the route that I thought I was going to take to get there and to achieve that dream, to fulfill that passion, was through nursing school. To make a really long story short, I started putting other priorities in front of that. So my husband and I decided to get married, and then we had our first baby, and so we put nursing on the back burner. And then we had our second baby, and I just kind of kept pushing it off because family was more important to us. We wanted to start a family, and we wanted to have our kids somewhat close together if possible. And while we were, in our late 20s and early 30s, we wanted to be done having kids by then. So nursing got pushed to the back burner. So after we had our third child, I had put on a pretty significant amount of weight for my body. I was never a person growing up who really had to worry too much about what I ate. But as it always does, it catches up to you. And it caught up to me, and I made some really poor food choices during my pregnancies. I used pregnancy as an excuse, and I ate whatever I wanted. I ate how much of it I wanted, and I ate it whenever I wanted and how much. So it was just kind of a vicious cycle. And I enjoyed being active, but I didn't enjoy conventional, traditional exercise. I didn't enjoy the thought of a gym or working out. But I got to a point at the beginning of this year, of 2015, where I didn't really recognize myself. I had come into the role of a stay-at-home mom, which I'm very blessed to be able to do that, and I love being home with my kids. But I was losing sight of my passion, and I was losing sight of who I was outside of my wife and mom role. And aside from that, I had put on over 30 pounds of, I can't even call it baby weight, because the baby weight went away when I breastfed. It was just fat, extra weight that I put on throughout the years and throughout my pregnancies. So I got to a point where I also was so uncomfortable with my body. I didn't feel like myself anymore physically or mentally. I was embarrassed of my body. I didn't even want my husband to touch me anymore. So that was a really, really low point that I got to. And I knew I had to do something. So I started reaching out to some friends who I had heard talk about Shakeology. And, excuse me. And also, pardon me. And also some friends who I knew who had done some programs with Beachbody and had great success in it. So I want to tell you too, I had a few friends that I followed on Facebook who were doing the 21-day fix, or were doing other Beachbody programs, or just living healthy and fit lives. And I was that person who was annoyed by them because they were saying that they worked out. and they ate healthy. And now that I'm kind of doing the same thing, I'm sharing my health and my fitness. I'm sharing my love of exercise, and I'm sharing my nutrition. I look back on the old me, and I can't believe how I was just so sad, I guess, because it was kind of jealousy. Like, how could I let myself get to this point, um, to where I'm turning, my nose down at people who were being healthy. Um, it was just a really low point, is the point I'm trying to make. So I knew I had to do something. So I saw these people, these friends of mine working out and doing all this other stuff. And I said, okay, I need to do this. I have to do something. So I called my coach, the person who's now my coach, and I said, can I get in a group with you? Can I get in a challenge group? I need the accountability because I'm at home all day by myself with my kids. I'm not going to work out. I won't do it. I need someone to make sure to hold me accountable. She said, absolutely. So I got in her group. I did 21 Day Fix, drank my Shakeology every day. This was in April. So from April to June, I worked on myself. I worked on my health. I worked on my fitness. And I lost 22 pounds doing 2 rounds of the 21 Day Fix, and I felt amazing. I felt so much better. I was at my pre-baby weight, close to my pre-baby weight. I still had about 8 more pounds to lose to get to my goal, but I was feeling good. I had energy. There was just a spring in my step. My clothes fit. I had to buy new clothes because I had never bought anything but larges and extra larges before. It was just amazing. And all of a sudden, a light bulb went off, and I thought, I need to pay it forward. No one should feel how I felt at that point before I started. No one should feel so bad about themselves where they won't even let their husbands touch them. Someone should never feel like they're not themselves. Someone should never feel like they don't know who they are or that they're not working towards their dreams and their passion. So I decided to become a coach to keep myself accountable in my own health and fitness, but to more or less to help others find what I found. I was just blown away that this was no fad diet, that this was no diet at all. It was a change of lifestyle. It was a change of mentality. And it was a positive change. Every aspect of my life got better. So it was just such a tremendous transformation for me that I had to become a coach. I had to help other people do what my coach and my peers did for me. So that's a little bit about my story and how I got started. So I technically became a coach in June 2015. So I've been a coach for about 5 months now. Actually, 5 months yesterday. So as I sit here now thinking about how far I've come in making this a business for myself, I'm really astonished. I'm really blown away. I never have been someone who's been into, you know, anything like this before. I don't have a sales background, which you don't need anyway. I don't have a marketing background, which you don't need anyway. My background was some science, anatomy, pre-nursing stuff was my background. And it's amazing how I can't believe more people don't do this. It's so simple. You eat healthy food, you exercise every day, you communicate with other people who are like-minded like you, and you share your journey. And you get a little bit of a kickback for helping others do what you do for yourself. It's a dream come true. I cannot be more thankful and feel more blessed to have this as a part of my life. I really hope you guys can kind of resonate with something with either my story or one of my coaches. Everyone has a different story, and everyone comes from a different place. So I really hope you find something that you can resonate with. And if you think that this is something that you might be able to get on board with and that you would really feel fulfilled by, contact the person who invited you. They just want to share their journey. They just want to share this with you because it's so tremendous. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you so much for joining us. And please feel free to post in the comments below if you have any questions for me, for any of our coaches. We're all open books. So have a great night.